Hello, this is Abigail. I'm a third semester practical nursing student from George Brown College, and I'm here to demonstrate how to reconstitute medication. So before going to the medication room, the nurse has to review the patient MIR and compare it to the doctor's or the prescriber's order. They have to make sure that they have the right order and right order for the medication for the patient. And also they have to check for the patient allergies and any relevant lab values that could affect the administration of the medication. And after that, they're ready to go to the medication room. Okay, hand hygiene for 15 seconds. And let it dry for 15 seconds. So into the medication room, the nurse needs a hand sanitizer, a 10 ml syringe, make sure that it's dry and intact, an 18 gauge Banfield needle, make sure that it's dry and intact and not used, and some alcohol swabs. Now the nurse needs to research and understand why are they giving the medication to the patient using the drug book. They need to know what is the class of the medication, the mechanism of action, the indication of the drug, and they also need to know the assessment and lab values that they need to consider before administering the medication and after administering the medication, like adverse effects. Now I'm going to prepare my medication and do the first part of my second check. Okay, hand hygiene for 15 seconds. And let it dry for 15 seconds. I'll compare the medication against the MIR, making sure that it's not expired and I have the right dose. My order is 0.5 gram and to be administered IV. And for me to have my ordered dose, I need to reconstitute the medication. Based on the instruction for IV administration of cefaxolin, I need to add 7.7 ml sterile water to yield a 500 mg per ml concentration of cefaxolin. It also has to be diluted in 100 ml normal saline and to be infused over 30 minutes. So make sure that I have my sterile water is not impaired, intact, and there's no crystallization inside. Okay, I'm just going to open my vial. Swab it for 15 seconds. Let it dry for 15 seconds and swab the another for 15 seconds. Let it dry for 15 seconds. I'm just gonna go ahead and open my blunt needle and my syringe. Touch them together. And I'm going to draw, based on the instruction, 7.7 sterile water. Just gonna inject air, 7.7. This is my sterile water. Go ahead and inject it the air and draw 7.7. So I see that I have a big bubble, so I'm just gonna make sure and draw more than needed to remove the air bubble. Tap with one hand and tap to remove the air bubble. So make sure that I have 7.7. Now I have 7.7 8, because it's hard to get 7.7. 7.8. Just one line above 8 ml. I am ready to reconstitute my medication. So this is my powder, the Cepaxoline. So based on the extraction, if I add the 7.7 sterile water, I'm going to get a yield of 500 mg per ml concentration of Cepaxoline. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to do this slowly and start on the side. And just slowly insert my sterile water to slowly reconstitute the medication inside. And all 7.7 is in. So just needed to give it a swirl and do not shake it to fully reconstitute the medication. Give it a little tap. That works, but do not shake it. Swirl, swirl, but do not shake the vial. After the medication have fully dissolved and turned into and fully incorporated, we are ready to withdraw the medication that we needed, and we have to calculate for that. So again, our order is 0.5 grams or 500 mg, and after adding 7.7 ml sterile water, we have the final concentration of 500 per ml. So we did a calculation, and the amount desired that we have to withdraw is 1 ml of medication. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go inject 1 ml of air, 1 ml, make sure that your needle is inside the medication, it's not on the gap. So we draw 1 ml, an extra for bubbles and for priming. Just gonna ahead remove the bubbles and set the medication to the desired dose. So I have to withdraw 1 ml, so I need 1 ml. So right now I have 1 ml of the medication. So per medication instruction, we need to dilute it in 100 ml normal saline. So we just need to make sure that our ml saline is intact and not cloudy and anything abnormal, and it's not expired. So make sure it's normal saline. Now we need to prepare the medication label before we inject the medication to the normal saline. I am writing my patient name, the drug, the amount, the signature, the date, the expiry date of the medication, the time of administration, and then the rate. You also need alcohol swab and the secondary IV line that we're going to do a piggyback for the primary line. Now, we're going to swab and read the medication port, and we're ready to insert the medication for 15 seconds. Let it try for 15. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now we're going to inject our 1 ml medication into the bag and gently mix it. And gently mix it. Do not shake. Right after, I'm going to take the medication label and stick it on the back side of the medication. Before I leave the medication room, I'm going to do the last part of my second check. I'm going to compare my medication container, MAR, MAR, and the medication that I prepared. prepared. Make sure that I have the right medication and I follow the medication IV administration instruction, and also need to check that my medication label against the MAR and the medication container. Once everything is correct, the nurse is ready to head out into the operations room. And this is the ending of my reconstitution medication demonstration, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.